We had walked into the ultrasound, like any other ultrasound, kind of just figuring we would find out we were having a boy or a girl.
I thought this will determine what the next years of my life are like. We went back out to the waiting room and I called my mom and told a few people that it was a girl, and then we had an appointment with the doctor right after that. And so we went back into the room and we were just kind of laughing and chatting, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go buy some pink clothes, and it was just so casual and lighthearted. And then the doctor walked in, and it was just the second she opened that door, I just knew that something was wrong.
It looked like she was going to be born with only part of her heart functional.
She was diagnosed with, at that time they called it hypoplastic right heart syndrome. Basically it meant that the right side of her heart didn't develop properly. I saw her 30 seconds after she was born, and she looked like a normal, nothing outwardly wrong with her.
The right side of her heart, which is responsible for pumping blood into her lungs and obviously helping her oxygenate, was simply not developing.
They handed her to me for just like a brief second, and they said, here's your baby girl. And then, they had to, of course, take her and get things started with her care. And at 6 days old, we went in for her first surgery. I have a few moments that will stay with me forever, and it's the 20-week ultrasound when the doctor walked in, and then the night of this surgery when the doctor walked in. She said that Maya was alive, but that as they had started to take her off of bypass at the end of surgery, that she had started to crash. And she just had this look like she had just been working frantically, and I knew she had been working frantically to save my baby's life. And that night I thought, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. I just really don't know. And I started to doubt that she would survive it all.
It was pretty clear that transplant was going to be our only option.
We were on the transplant list and we were given our little pager, and I just remember that little pager being such a wonderful thing but such a scary thing all at the same time, because I thought, when that goes off, that means my baby has a chance to live. I
just remember trying to focus on this new job that I had, but also having this pager sit 2 feet from me, kind of reinforcing that I had a very sick daughter that was basically clinging to life.
To leave the hospital without a baby is an empty feeling, and it's hard to see other moms with their newborn babies. I wanted to be doing the same things they were doing. I wanted to be up at night, and I wanted to be fixing bottles and doing all of those things, and I wasn't doing any of that.
My cell phone rang, and
I just remember seeing Morgan there in the night, and he said, Karen, please tell me this is a good phone call. And he told me later that she said, I only make the good phone calls. This is good news. We have a heart. When I remember one of the doctors coming in and saying, we still have a big surgery ahead of us. We still have a big surgery, really trying to remind us, this isn't over. This isn't done. And making sure that we all still knew that that this was a huge deal. I mean, we're removing this baby's heart and we're sewing in a new heart. This doesn't always go perfectly.
Drive it.
Maya just turned 4. She's a rambunctious 4-year-old little girl. She's obviously developmentally delayed if you look at her, and she's tiny, but she doesn't let that slow her down.
And when I think about the research and the advancements that have been made, I realize that's why Maya made it through.
It's those dollars that have come in from the American Heart Association that have spurned this growth and this tremendous ability that we have now to manage these patients.